Can you believe two Ferrari F40s crashed this week, both of the owners not even driving their own cars, and one of them belonging to Lando Norris? Oh shit! So welcome back to the channel of ScootSuperCars. Now, if you've been keeping an eye out on my Instagram and TikTok, I've created a new series. The start of 2025, I thought it would be able to switch up and create different kind of content for you guys and bring myself more in front of the camera. Now, it's all well and good going to car events and filming cars driving past, but I love going into depth of these hypercars. Over the last 10 years, I've spotted cars around the world and found a lot of knowledge and info on these particular cars. And well, I thought I'd create ScootSuperNews to bring you guys more information about these cars. And well, this week is a perfect example to kick off my YouTube series with well, very unfortunate news as two Ferrari F40s that have span out in only a few days apart. Before we get into Lando Norris's Ferrari F40 that has just recently span out in Monaco, let's start with the UK F40 that only span out 2 days ago, and this crash was a lot worse. So on Thursday, only 3 days ago, I got sent a photo of this Ferrari F40 completely on its side. I didn't believe this was a new photo, I thought this was quite old, until I found out it happened on the A5, which is only 30 minutes from me. And well, it was quite a well-known F40. Believe it or not, it is allegedly the highest mileage F40 in existence. Now, before finding out it was this particular F40, I originally got told it was F40 ABV, chassis 87894, and I've actually been out in this particular one. I got to do a photo shoot with it last year, but if you zoom closer in on the photo with a magnifying glass, you can actually just make out that it's not ABV, but it's actually F40 PRX, and on the rear you can actually just make out the number plate, which confirmed it was chassis 91481, and like I said, allegedly the highest mileage F40 in existence, clocking over 70,000 miles. But hold it right there, I am about to explain to you and give you the whole history on this car and where it's been, as it has completely travelled around the world. This F40 got bought in the 1990s by a UK businessman. Now, the first big drive it attended, well, it was actually the Gumball 3000 in 1999, when Gumball was actually founded. But imagine taking your brand new F40, 3,000 miles in just under a week. You know, you got to have some serious balls to do that straight away. As well as doing the Gumball 3000, the owner also drove it through Europe, doing Luxembourg, France, Germany, Serbia, and even Switzerland, already clocking up thousands of miles on this car. And this is where it gets really good. He then attended the Gumball 3000 in 2006. Imagine doing two Gumball 3000s, which covered Austria, Serbia, Hungary, before flying all the way out to Thailand, driving it around out there, then taking another flight literally across the world to America and cross-stating from Utah to LA before flying it all the way back to Bulgaria. So literally in its first years, this chassis had literally gone around the world, clocked thousands of miles, and became one of the most well-known Ferrari F40s in the early stages of this production car. Then in 2007, it was spotted in Croatia attending the Carbon Black Rally, which apparently it kind of went a bit off-roading and had a bit of an accident, but it all got fixed. Unlike maybe this one a few days ago. But hold it right there, because we're still going. In 2008, it was then spotted in the Nürburgring in Germany. So again, the last 10 years, it's done pretty much all of Europe. Went back to Bulgaria until 2010, and then moved to the UK, where it's been since. And well, I've seen this particular one at Shamrock Supercar Fest, London Car Spotting, and I'm sure a lot of you UK car spotters would have seen this particular one as well at events. I have even heard rumours, now I'm not too sure about this, but like I said, this car got flown out to the States, that even Donald Trump drove it. I've seen no evidence about that, but it's quite interesting to hear that fact. I'm not too sure how much I believe it, but if this car did get shipped out there, who knows what happened to the state of the F40 over there. And here we are, the present day. So chassis 91481 was supposedly on a test drive only 3 days ago. Now in the UK we've had some awful weather, and I wouldn't be driving my £2 million hypercar about, even if it's on test drives. And well, what happened? Well, as you can see in this video, I can't believe, like, social media, you cannot escape social media, or if anything goes wrong, it's probably going to be captured on camera. And what happened to this F40? Well, someone was actually recording the exact moment this car completely lost it. I believe this was caused by the turbo lag. I'm no mechanic, I'm not too sure what actually happened, but I think it's safe to say that it wasn't the driver's fault. It doesn't look like he was speeding at all, and the car completely swerved to the right and flipped up over the curb. Now, I don't think this F40 is a write-off. As you can see, although it's been crashed and it looks very bad, but it has only flipped on one side, meaning the other side of the car looks to be completely fine. The windshield and window glass is completely not cracked. I think that's been saved, and the hood does fly off, but looks like it stayed in contact. So I think altogether this F40, and what I've been told is it has been sent back to Italy to the factories by the owner to have its repairs and probably a full restoration, and hopefully in the future we can see this back on the road. But the worst thing about this incident is the owner of the car wasn't actually driving it. It was actually by a Ferrari technician at the local workshop, only 10 minutes or so from the actual crash, taking it out. And how do you explain to your boss that you just crashed a £2 million car and it's not even yours? And apparently the owner found out from seeing these photos online, which is probably the worst thing that could happen. But here at ScootSuperNews, we don't always want to be negative, and the positive news is I really do think we'll see this car back on UK roads. However, we are going to steer into a bit more negative news, because something happened 10 days ago, and only last night I found the footage to back up this accident that in the space of 2 weeks, or literally a few days, 2 Ferrari F40s have crashed, and this time it is owned by Lando Norris. This particular F40, chassis 80722, lives in Monaco, and as many of you know, it is actually owned by the McLaren Formula 1 driver Lando Norris. Now, Lando lives in Monaco and has a very large supercar and hypercar collection. I might make a separate video on this, as I have seen a few of his cars before, and I have actually seen this particular F40 at last year's Retromobile in Paris. Now, at the event, I only took 2 photos of this car. It was only a red F40 to me. I've been very fortunate to see a lot of F40s in my time. I thought I'll snap 2 photos. Turns out that a few months later, Norris buys it, and well, I wish I took more photos, especially after this news and accident it's just had. Now, on the 9th of January, I got sent a photo of this F40 driving around Monaco with a very bad damaged rear bumper. Now, there was no press or no videos or photos of to why this has been damaged, and it looks like it was heading straight to the Ferrari workshop in Monaco. Now, with the plate 8650, we could confirm this was Lando Norris's, as when he picked it up in December. He was driving around winter quite a lot in this car around Monaco Square, and yeah, it was quite a cool car to take to the casino. I mean, you look quite baller bringing an F40 with the pop-ups, but this actually does confirm it was his car with the damage, but as to no reason why and how it happened until last night. So I was scrolling through TikTok or Threads, I can't even remember, and then I found a video that was only posted 4 hours ago at the time, had less than 10,000 views, and when I clicked on it, I couldn't believe what I saw. Considering I made the UK F40 crash literally 12 hours before, I just watched a Ferrari F40 spin out in Monaco, the exact same as the UK one. Again, it looks like it was the turbo lag. This time, the roads were absolutely fine in Monaco, very dry, and once again, as you can see from this video, the F40 completely spins again to the right, the owner completely loses control and smashes it into the barrier, causing the rear damage to happen. And, well, guess who was driving? Not Lando Norris. I honestly, you can't make this up. 2 F40s being crashed by both of, not even the drivers. And how do you explain to Lando Norris you've just crashed his F40? Now, I'm not too sure if this was by one of the Ferrari technicians taking his car out on a test drive, or this was only 20 minutes from the Ferrari service, or it was one of Lando Norris's mates, but either way, you do not want to break the news to him that you've just crashed his pride and joy. Now, for this accident, I'm sure it's going to be repaired very soon, and especially for Lando Norris, he's kind of got endless money, so it's not a case of this needs to go back to the factory or not, and I'm sure in Monaco they've got a spare bumper, and the rest of the car does look completely fine. I just couldn't believe this also got caught on camera. I mean, again, the F40 was doing nothing like speeding or showing off at all, but it just happened to be at the right moment that the person behind was filming this and captured the crash as well, and yeah, not good, is it? And if you've been following the series ScootSuperNews on Instagram and TikTok, I posted it this morning, and well, I was quite proud to say I found this before anyone else, and this is the beauty of the social media world, that as soon as I post it, this video got shared completely around. You know, it got completely viral, and it's amazing to see how quickly news spread. But here at Scoot Super News, I really want to give you the deep in-depths about this car and not just reposting a video of the crash. So hopefully in this video, you've learned a bit more about both of these F40s, what happened, and again, hopefully we can see both of these cars back on the roads very soon. So I hope you've enjoyed the first of the Scoot Super News series on Scoot Supercars. I love doing this. I've done, I think, 8 videos now on social media like Instagram, which you can check out. And I'll be filming a lot more YouTube style very soon. So keep an eye out on my YouTube page for more. And if you have any suggestions, maybe some cars you know I've spotted, everything I'm posting on Instagram, I've spotted myself. Just leave a like, a comment, and maybe something else you want me to talk about, or another car you want to learn about, which I can fill you in. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.